PHIO. This thing has really made a strong move today. Um, had some news earlier in the morning, and saw some good um, strength all the way up to really was like a dollar 50, um, and then kind of broke out and has just been just absolutely exploding the whole day. Let's look at the daily chart. It's pretty much been in a consolidation, and really everything almost pretty much under a dollar ever since. I mean, this year. I mean, a little bit above a dollar at the beginning of the year, but really all the other levels coming from perhaps a long ways away or well back. It appears that most of this has been kind of a consolidation. Well, so I should say it gapped up and then kind of almost kind of hit a peak around 150. Probably got a lot of good shorts. A lot of people getting in shorts. I mean, we had this flush out candle at 150 before, retest on lower volume, so it starts to fade, but then it holds VWAP, and then once it comes back up on that 150 range, so we see tons of volume come in and just absolutely break through that 150, break through that 160 level, and it's almost been just open space up until um, maybe like that $2, 205, 207 range. Had a bit of a wedge up to there, a little bit of breakout and consolidation, but then it was again kind of another just breakthrough of the high of day. I mean, we'll roughly put that at 220, comes back with more volume, just breaks through that and just rips up to almost like 260 in after hours, 257. Very, very strong volume. I mean, we're looking at 100 million shares traded in the day, and I mean, almost, a good majority of it has come in this later half once we've really hit that breakthrough of the 150 and then again at 220. This thing is obviously just absolutely ripped up on the daily from the SMA. It's kind of hard to tell, what might be a level that it might come back down to on the daily. I mean, we do have some consolidation around 2 in the past, and maybe that 220 level. So I think these previous levels of 220 and just over 2 might be kind of the points of contention. Not of contention, but just points to watch. It is a Friday, so sometimes things get lost on Friday, between Friday and Monday. We'll see on Monday. I mean, right now this thing is not slowing down, so you might see another hour or so of this just really trading. If it comes Monday, depending on how this lasts the end of the day, and it's above 2, I mean, we could maybe see a bigger push, or not a bigger push, but again, another push on Monday. It really depends on where this new high of day ends up being for the rest of this day. I mean, if we stay this high of day, this 257 stays at the high of day, we kind of consolidate and just go sideways at 230, 220, and then break that 250 on the open Monday, yeah, then we might see a bigger pop-up, or a continuation rather. Otherwise, might kind of fade down. I mean, it is I'm pretty sure it's a lower float. Let me double check this. Yeah. So lower float kind of explains why you see some big volatility in this. On the flip side, we could easily come down. I mean, if it can't hold 2 on Monday, it probably has potential to fade to 150. All right, let's look at SBFM. This has been on the radar all week. Made a huge move yesterday at the end of the day and after hours, and then just absolutely gets crushed pre-market. I mean, this one candle is from I don't know if it's from almost $10. I mean, roughly 980 all the way down to 720. Not super unexpected. I mean, it is a low float, so you kind of have that volatility, and it already did make a huge move up. I mean, the 1240. I mean, the catalyst was a few days ago, so this has been kind of essentially like a technical breakout. Buyers just kind of pushing it up. You break that out. What is really supporting this price? I mean, if the buyers are there, then yeah, it'll keep going up. But I think this is where you just see the reality of, there's not as much support or buying on this um, a few days out after we get that huge breakout. So it just flushes out pre-market and then really just trades sideways in a consolidation around that 625. I mean, right now it's at like 620. That was kind of a level. That was a level from the first day, this catalyst, which was Tuesday, I think it was. It was teetering around that 625, 650 level. So you kind of see a return to that. If we look at the daily, yeah, I mean, right now it even broke 6 earlier in the day. Um, we're gonna have a lot of shorts in, but they're probably gonna be mostly up at this high level of like almost 1150, 1175. Might have some more shorts at 820. I mean, for this thing to get another real pop up, it's gonna need like a lot of momentum and to break probably $8, and then um, even like that $12 range. I mean, I would say it's unlikely that it gets another huge big move up after that. Probably have more just consolidation and low float or low um, fade, and just kind of will just gravitate probably more towards that $5 level. That would be my theory, but it all depends on what the buyers in this or just how the market um, reacts. If buyers want to step up, then that'll happen. Let's look at ATER. We looked at this one this morning. This one has just been real, just choppy and consolidating all day. Um, Kind of made a bigger move yesterday in the after hours, kind of a breakout and push up in the after hours. Held that roughly pre-market, although it did see some fading just before the open, and then on the open, just real up and down. I mean, this is not a super super low float, but I mean decent 62 shares. Floats lower than that, so I mean it's not totally unexpected to see these wicks of candles, but without a catalyst, just kind of continuation. This is not necessarily unexpected that it just consolidates almost near VWAP all day. This does kind of put it in a point for maybe a setup on Monday. If this thing can hold 450 and then peak up towards that $5 on Monday, then yeah, you might get another pop up. I'm sure there's probably a lot of good short positions around that. I mean, 480 is a previous level. So really, even if it only makes up to 480, you might see another pop up. I mean, I don't think we're talking dollars, but you know, 20, 30 cents possibility. On the flip side, if it can't hold that 430 level, which it seemed to kind of more so established in this pre-market and today, on Monday if it breaks 430, probably a fade down, and then you really don't have much landing spot until like almost 350. I mean, maybe a little bit around the 4, and it's a psychological level of 4. But most recently, it's all been down I mean, well below 3. I mean, it's just this catalyst on 4 days ago pushed it up. Yesterday got that secondary move, most likely just because of the shorts getting in off the initial catalyst move. And so, if the buyers step up, could see a move up to 5, but without a catalyst, this might fade as well.